Hello and welcome back, and now we're going to be doing some really cute Scandinavian knit designs. Now I'm going to show you the technique, and then you can let it run riot. So we're starting with Saltstone from Nail Me. So 2 coats of this lovely pure white gel polish, and again you can use any colour you want. You could actually use a red background or a black background. The whole point of Scandi is that it's red and white, but you can go crazy, artistic license. So 2 coats of white and cure in the lamp. The reason why we're doing 2 coats is because the art goes on top of the finished nail. So once we've done the 2 white and cured, we are going to then follow it with a matte top coat. This is one of my favourites, Velvet Matte from Nail Me. So we're going to pop that top coat on, and we're going to pop that into the lamp for a minute to cure. So on to the details. We're going to be using Saltstone and Blood Wine from Nail Me, and I'm just popping those onto my Flo & Ellie palette, and I'm going to be using my Ellie brush from Flo & Ellie to do the lines on this one. So starting with the snowflake, we're going to do the snowflake today. So I'm going to make a dot in the centre of the nail so I know exactly where I'm going. This is a great guide so the rest of the nail is symmetrical. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint small diamond shapes, thin diamond shapes. And what these shapes are going to do is they're going to build up to form the snowflake. We're not curing these, so don't cure them. Just literally paint them. Remember the pressure on your brush. Okay, so with one brush you can do a million different pressures of line. And you need to know how to reduce the pressure on your brush in order to get a thinner, more delicate line and smaller elements. If you are struggling with this, I do courses, and you can join me on my edgy mats. So the edgy mats are mats for nail technicians that come with full education, and we actually take you back to basics. So we'll actually teach you how to paint a fine line, and then that way all other nail art will become relevant. It will work for you. You won't struggle because you will already know how to paint that fine line. And you can get those off www.melanielundenacademy.co.uk/shop, and the link is also on the description on the vid. So I'm doing little diamonds, and I'm always doing opposing ones so that it's all symmetrical. So just make sure that your first 4 are in a cross shape, and then the other 4 will fit nicely in the gaps. And then when we've done that, we're going to move on to the white detail. Okay, so cleaning your brush so there's no red in there, we're going to go on to the white detail. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to paint white lines down the nail. Now I'm going to start either side of my bottom snowflake petal, so I'm going to go either side of that, and then I'm going to do the same at the top. And I know that this is going to be symmetrical and central because I've already done that centre snowflake in the middle of the nail. So these lines are going to then follow that. So I'm going to do 4 lines, so it almost gives it that ribbed effect. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to come to this side and 4. Everything's still remaining symmetrical. It's always great when you do that first dot. You need to make sure that you get that first dot right in the middle. Now this is a little gadget I bought off AliExpress. I've popped the link in the description. This is going to catch my clear acrylic. So what I'm going to use now for this jumper effect is clear acrylic. So we haven't cured the gel that is on that nail. What we are going to do is we're going to tap clear acrylic into the top, and we're going to make sure that it soaks in to that wet gel. Okay, so I'm going to use the back of a cuticle pusher, or if you've got a spatula, and I'm just sprinkling this with just pure clear acrylic. Once we've cured that and it's soaked, we're going to cure that in the lamp for a minute. So off it goes. Now, little contraption, look, you take that little spoon out and then you put the product back in. Such go great. Once it comes out, give it a wipe with a dusty brush, and it's got that lovely fluffy effect. So We're going to carry on now. I'm going to do some love hearts. So the way I do love hearts is I start with 2 dots next to each other to make the top of the love heart, and then I just pull it, use my bristles and the product that's already there and pull it down. Now, the reason why I've done the sugaring already on the other lines is because we are using gel polish, and as we know, gel polish self-levels. So it will start to spread and dissipate and you'll start losing your lines. So it's best to do this in smaller gaps. So I'm now adding some jumper effects to the side, and they are little diagonal lines with handles on. So I think they're wonky Zs. So they're Zs that have been stretched, or you can just do a diagonal line. It's your nail, so you do what you want. So I'm just going to put the detail in, mirror it over the 2 sides, and then I'm going to add some dots. Just pop some dots on here with the end of my brush. So load the end of your brush so you've got a ball of paint on the end, and you can use that for dots. So please make sure that they're all symmetrical. Everything is done the same. So these dots are nice and raised. Obviously we've got to get the clear acrylic onto them. Now you can, if you want to, add some superfine glitter to your acrylic powder. 2 scoops of powder to 1 scoop of superfine glitter. And that will give it a sparkle. But obviously with it being Scandinavian, it's not normally sparkly. So this is why I'm doing it with just clear acrylic powder. Some of my designs I do with just pure superfine glitter. So I'm just adding in some more red dots here because I want it to be red and white over the 2. I'm just going to keep adding these details until I'm happy with what I've got in front of me. And then I'm going to do exactly the same process again. In that wet gel, I'm going to tap in clear acrylic and then cure that in the lamp for the amount of time that your manufacturer recommends you cure your gel polish for and the lamp you have. So you can see I'm just covering it. Mind you don't touch the gel with your spatula because you'll ruin it. Pop that into cure, empty your excess back into your pot so there's no waste, and then when it comes out of the lamp we're going to brush that off with the fluff brush again, and there you have it. And you can do all kinds of designs. There's a reindeer there and a love heart there. Have a little play with them and don't forget to tag me in. See you soon.